I signed my first listing yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, first one. Signed there, got the contract over there. It's gonna go live at the end of the month probably.
We've gone back to your follow-up, boss, and I've been asking you about people that you've been in contact with, people you're meeting with. How's everything going with people that you have already seen, people you've talked to?
Yeah, good. I signed my first listing yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, first one. Signed there, got the contract over there. It's gonna go live at the end of the month probably.
Okay, perfect. Well, dude, let me ask you this. So you have been with us for about 4 months now, right? It's the beginning of April. I heard you guys had a bit of a delayed spring. You had spring for about a week and then kind of back to winter for a bit, huh? Uh,
Yeah.
Now, I'm bringing all this up just to ask, with you being about 4 months into the program, now you have your first listing in about 120 days after you started running your ads. What are your thoughts with everything you've received? What kind of people are you talking to? What are your thoughts about everything, like in terms of what your expectations initially were to what you're seeing right now?
Kind of what I expected.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get people register that never answer you. You're gonna get people register tell you to fuck off. You're gonna register people you have a conversation and then follow up with them. Most people are long-term nurturers. That's fine. That's what I expected.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it's pretty in line with my expectations so far.
Okay, so it was in line with your expectations. Now, you saying most people are going to be long-term nurturers. Why don't you tell me just a little bit about this guy that you just signed on yesterday? When did this lead come in? How many conversations did you have or meetings did you have before you were actually able to get anything signed?
Let's pull up the follow boss.
Let's do it. Let's see what happened. Let me make sure you can share. There you go. All right, so Manpreet.
Manpreet. We have a lot of Manpreets here.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Sorry, it's just super slow. I'm closing tabs.
Yes.
Yeah, so she registered, 4 months ago, right?
Okay. She registered 4 months ago. Do you have the timeline that she initially signed up with?
Let's see. 1 second. It's being super slow.
Yes.
Yeah, so 6 to 12 months.
Okay, good.
Registered on the 7th of December at 9 p.m., right? It's very precise.
Mm-hmm.
She
And
texted.
she said,
This is the notes from the Meskula CRM, the white label. It's like, yeah, we're planning to sell next year. First private, a couple people that are interested. She had told me, oh, my nephew, he's crypto guy, blah, blah, blah. I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, sure, no problem. Let's see how that goes, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she started telling me, you're gonna talk to her again. So these are all the notes.
Okay, good.
Had a stroke, they had a window business. And she's thinking April, we may put it on the market. She has some private buyers. That never works out.
Of course.
750K, maybe a little rest. The grandson. So these are all my notes. Um, to all my recorded conversations. So the first real conversation happened on the 28th of January.
Mhm.
Nice 20-minute convo.
Okay.
And then talked to her again on the 13th of February. Talked to her again the 28th of February. Talked to her again the 19th of March. Again, then the 23rd. And then I think the 23rd, and we set up a meeting. I went there, then I went back. She interviewed someone else that we want to go with you. And then yesterday,
Nice.
got it signed.
Okay, perfect. So this person, there was about 4 months of nurturing. She came in with a 6 to 12 month timeline, which wasn't accurate, right? And maybe not because she didn't, sorry, maybe not because she wanted to be misleading, but maybe she just didn't have clarity, right? She knew it was sometime this year. And I want to go back to I guess we don't have to scroll all the way down, but the initial text that she had sent, she said, "Hey, I'm just kind of curious. I just want to know what my home value is. We might be selling next year." A lot of people get discouraged when they read, "Hey, I just want to know what my home value is." Now, you told me that you had, or reality was very in line with your expectations when it comes to the program. Now, when you see or when you read that people are saying something like that, "Hey, I only want the evaluation," does that make you feel any sort of way, or what are your thoughts whenever you read something like that, Ruben?
No, I don't care, man. These people are all liars to me, you know? Because
Mm-hmm.
to them, they don't know you yet. To them, you're just a salesperson, so they don't know you. So just call them anyway. I've had tons of conversations and people I've met, nice people that aren't ready yet, and they said that, but then you just call them anyway and just see what's up.
Oh yeah. Okay, good, good, good. Well, dude, just because we usually do this whenever somebody gets their first listing, we want to keep track of how many days into the program it took them. Uh, what were their thoughts like with these listings coming up? Do you have anyone else in the pipeline? Can I ask you some of the questions that we usually go through whenever somebody gets their first listing?
Sure.
All right, cool. Well, let me ask you this, just in line with what we were just talking about, right after your first listing, do you have anyone else in the pipeline who you think might be converting, whether it's in the next month or the next 6 months, 12 months? Currently, who are you nurturing that you think has a potential to convert?
Like you want me to give you their name or you just like a yes or no answer?
Well, if you have their name, awesome. If you already have a list of them, great. Let's go through the list. If you have the name just top of your head, well, we can also do it that way.
Yeah, I have the next one in line will be a gentleman named Lee Gustin
Hmm.
right here, Lee Gustin, and
Perfect.
right behind him I'd say Sashi Kumar Lanki.
Hmm.
So I've met both of them already. So just wait on different things for them.
This is perfect, man. Okay, so these would be the next couple of people. You left a timeline there for them. You left the year as well. Seeing this level of organization, man, this is fantastic. And all of the people that you have, well, at least on the right side of your screen, all the people that you have under top Meskula leads. Well, these are all coming from us then, huh?
These are from y'all, right?
Okay. Hmm.
Um, the left over here, this is a mixture of different people,
Okay.
right? From y'all and from, last year's nurtures and what are door knocking, open houses, whatever it might be. So
Okay.
you trying to keep in front of me the important people that I know I need to stay on top of.
Dude, this is awesome. Okay, and when it comes to next steps, like for example, with these two people, Lee and Shahi Kumar, when it comes to those people, you're saying right now you're just waiting on something from them?
Yeah, so for example, Lee, he said May he already has a contract of someone with like a garbage bin coming, start throwing a bunch of stuff out, get the house ready. So in the
Mhm.
meantime, I'm nurturing that. So for example, yesterday when I wanted to go see Eva, just stopped by the grocery store after, got something, and just dropped it off at Lee's house because it's like 10 minutes from there. So things
Mhm.
things like that, just trying to stay on top of people's mind.
Okay, perfect. Man, this is awesome. I'm super excited to seeing this list. Let me just ask you a couple more things. So, being 120 days in, these couple of people, Lee and the other person we just mentioned, do you think they have a potential of closing within the next couple of months?
Yes, couple of
Like
months.
signing something at least. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So then for your initial 6 months, as it currently stands, we're expecting about a total of three signed listings within your first 6 months.
I mean, when did I sign up? It was
You signed
December.
up. Let's see. Yeah, it was in December. So let's just look at the exact date. Let's open up your file. Let's see. Right here. When did you sign up? Let's see, Ruben. You went live December 6th. So we're counting from December 6th. It's April 9th. right? So January, February, March, April. Yeah, 4 months and 3 days. 123 days into the program, you have we have one sign listing so far. It's about to go live, and you have two others that you're saying that potentially they're signing with you within the next couple of months, right? Within the next 60 days or so. What is the average? Like, for example, let's just start with this person, Eva. What's the price point of her home? I saw it was somewhere between 600, 700,000.
Around 7 to 750. So the commission is about 14, 15 grand.
14, 15. And for the other two people,
Very similar.
maybe similar. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, let's be conservative. Let's just say 14. Let's say 13 grand for all three. That comes to about 39,000, $40,000. You invested initially. Let's just double check. How much did you come in with?
It was what, 7,500 bucks, I think, plus 1,000 bucks a month. So seven plus
Mm-hmm.
4, 13.
13. Okay. So
So
making
one
about
listing,
three times ROI, more or less.
not yet. Like one listing, you break even. Second, you make profit. So that's the
Mhm.
way. Yeah.
Yeah.
So right now it's not sold yet, but potentially break even as of now on my
Okay.
investment.
Perfect. Well, last couple of questions that I do want to ask you. A lot of people, when they join this program, it's usually not their first time doing online lead generation. Just from what we said today, it seems like joining Meskula was not your first time doing online lead generation based on several comments. Like, hey, some of these people, they might be liars, or this is exactly what I was expecting. Some of these people to be long-term nurturers. Was there any sort of fear, man, when you were first joining Meskula? Any fear at all in terms of anything?
Yeah, of course. You're trying out something new. You're like, hey, am I just gonna waste some money, or is this really gonna work?
Hmm. And why did you actually sign up? Like, was there something that you felt, well, this might actually work? Was it the person you were talking to? Was it?
I was a mix of things, like, other top producing agents in my area that are with Meskula. So I'm like, again, if they're doing good and they're with Meskula, these guys aren't stupid. This must somehow work. So I'm like,
Yeah.
might as well give it a try. And there was that guarantee in place, right? It was like if you don't sign your first two listings, first 6 months, then right, get your money back.
Yep, exactly. And well, right now I'm glad because I do think that you're gonna at least end the 6 months with three sign listings. So great. And I know
Two
that there's
months
gonna be
left.
more. What
Two
was that,
months.
man?
I said 2 months, 2 months, 2 more months to go. We'll see.
2 more months to go, exactly. But I think this is exciting because what we're seeing is one, we have some business that could be today's business, but you getting closer to the initial 6 month mark, you're also starting to see a bunch of pipeline maturity, right? You're seeing that within the next, what's the longest timeline there? 12 months. Within the next 12 months, it looks like you have over 10 people that you are currently nurturing. Maybe they're not all going to pan out, right? But let's assume half of them, right? Five of these 10 or so do pan out. Six of these 10, it's probably a little more than 10. It does pan out. It's great to be able to start seeing a pipeline mature um, from the first couple of these that just came in. But anyway, last sort of thing for us. You're doing pretty good then with the follow up. You're doing good at keeping track of all the people that might be the hottest. Is there anything we need to go over? Anything we need to discuss? Any sort of objections? What's going on?
Nah, man. Honestly, it's just like
Mhm.
continue to apply pressure and be patient.